Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast, Shawarma FM edition, Don't Throw Rocks at Us podcast. We have a lovely guest today, Mr. M History, a.k.a. Cameron. What's your last name?
Mitchell.
Cameron Mitchell.
I've gotten, but the order just becomes irrelevant at some point. Mitchell, Cameron Mitchell.
Whack that closer to you. You could have been a footy player with that name.
Mitchell Cameron, you reckon?
You sound like the captain of the Broncos or something.
Yeah, Cameron Murray. There's Cameron Murray. That's getting pretty close. Nah, I was like for the Shire, which is famous for getting like no racial diversity in it whatsoever. We did have a pretty high portion of Polynesians in our part of the Shire. Yeah. So just like by the time we got to high school, footy was so off the table.
Are they still there or they've been gentrified?
I don't know actually. I live in the west now, but on the east, which is where Shark Park is.
You left Shire.
I'm in Shire West, which a lot of people wouldn't consider to be the Shire.
Shire West?
Shire West, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to manhandle you.
No, you're right.
This is why I do it. Yeah, but dude, hello.
It feels a bit like
is this second time on? I think
second time on, and this time, given what's happened to Jordan since, it kind of feels like when Charlie Kirk died and Ben Shapiro took over his podcast.
Oh my god, you're so right.
And I'm just like let's forget about that Israel stuff and the ABC's bad guys. That's
you know who has it tough in this country? Criminal elements. These guys, they're always don't kill us, dude.
And guess who covers that well? The ABC.
You know what was the scary? Before Jordan just went on his hiatus, the one piece of advice he had for us is, I asked him, was like, we can still record, right? Like Mislav and I can record. He was like, yeah, of course. I just wouldn't do it after dark. And I was like, what a weird fucking thing to say, bro.
So
that's
ominous.
Scary.
as in like security's down and the risk of attack.
Yeah.
I guess the methodology usually involves nighttime.
Yeah. I guess I've never really thought about the mechanics of.
It's kind of an ominous / this says more about me, but fun kind of thing, you know?
Could you imagine going out like live of just smokes coming through? I don't know. Like I feel like.
What do you mean? Fire bombed?
I'm assuming. I don't know. There could be other forms of assassination, but
Dude, yeah, I have had dreams about this. Sitting in this exact position, that door opening, someone coming in and going boom, boom, boom. I've had dreams about that, and I have an exit strategy.
What?
Every time
Curl up in a ball.
I've war gamed this, and I want to be honest, I die every time. But someone walks in, bam, go right in. That's why I like this spot. Because it has easiest access to avoid bullets.
So that's okay. First of all, thanks for saving your comrades.
Are dead. First person that they're going to look at is you.
This is some ethnic shit. He sat on this side of the couch for the escape route option
with a like and subscribe as your right away.
Yeah.
Friendly Geordies has one owner now.
Patreon.
just throwing a like and subscribe grenade is we hit 1,000.
That's like not that I don't really watch streamers, but that's happened in the streaming world now, where it's like pretty big streamers in America have been just shot live.
Well, yeah.
There was that Get Vegas revenge one.
I watched that
earlier this year. You watched it?
Well, I watched not live, but I think Jordan told me about it, and I watched it, and I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. Like that is the dumbest. Like, it's just so. It's. I mean, look, it's shooting anyone is quite insane, but over. I don't know, whatever it was. Just been like, he said I'm not gangster. I'll show him. It's insane.
Like,
yeah.
You did. Like, you made your point, but...
And I guess you're in prison for life for that now, I guess. Yeah. I think I was tailed once. You
were tailed once?
Yeah.
What?
In the peak of Baralara time, someone tailed me. Yeah, I had to lose them. In my Honda Civic.
I don't think I've heard this story.
That's it.
God. What's the story?
But like,
I was driving in this.
How do you know you were getting tailed?
Well, this car followed me basically from like around here, nearly all the way home. It could have been a coincidence, but I was like, this car has been following me for ages. And then I sort of did this little maneuver and like lost him.
Oh, bro, do you know do you know who that was?
Who, you?
It was the cops.
Bullshit.
Because now we know. When was this?
It was the peak of everything.
Yeah, dude, they were the
Like
cops.
fixated
That was
person.
fixated person.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Because now we know they had official warrants. Because like they arrested Christo.
Yeah.
They honestly really wanted to arrest Jordan too, but he was just like missing.
Yeah.
So that's why they couldn't get him. And they were following you because you hang out with Jordan all the fucking time.
my-
I'd love to know the conversation that
God.
happened. Just like, all right, the guy who we really need to go after. His name's Mislav.
Yeah, they'd be like, okay, change targets to a. I really have to stress this. Extremely beaten up Honda Civic 2001. It looks like the paint is chipping off. I don't actually. It's one of the most unique cars in the country. 2001 Honda Civic. Follow that car. Like the cops would have just been like, well, I suppose they're used to following like Druggo. That's a Druggo car, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
What were they hoping? Yeah, like intimidation.
Because
or,
I did this little like, there was this. What I did was I pulled over, and then on this kind of like almost like this sort of.
First of all, can I just say, if you manage to get rid of this cops, that is not a good sign for our security forces.
Yeah.
In your 2001 Honda Civic, which just breaks down every 5 minutes anyway.
I don't know if the takeaway from that is defund the police or fund the police.
Definitely fund the police. They are starving.
But it was just I just pulled over and then waited and then just did like an illegal UE and it was like but so I'm not, some people might say I'm literally Ryan Gosling from Drive, but I mean I wouldn't say that, but some people would say that, but I wouldn't say that.
You literally have a story up your sleeve where you've now learned that you've outmaneuvered the cops.
I liked
You're not Ryan Gosling. You're more like Baby Driver. You ever watch that one?
Oh, what the deaf one? Isn't he deaf?
Yeah, I think so. You're right. Yeah, he is. You're
Why?
kind of deaf. You went to the doctor.
That's true.
Yeah, he went to see an old 80-year-old lady to see if he's deaf, who started hitting on him.
That did happen.
Really?
This is like a greatest hits now. I wanted to get a hearing test because I've got this weird.
He was like, dude, I think I'm deaf.
No. I've got this weird impediment that him and Jordan think I'm lying about, and it's just like one of my ears distorts when shit gets too loud.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and then but anyway, because I was like, I want to get a hearing test, but I went to this place, and it was a hearing test, but it was like for like old people, like hearing aids and shit. And then I was like the only person this girl had probably seen under 80 in 5 years, and she was like, asked me if I wanted to go out with her, and like gave me a number and shit. I'm like, I know, like you're still like 45, so like I respect, but like I'm just gonna back away slowly.
Was it just
I'll
like
just take my hearing aid and be on my way?
wow? So it was like a case of first person under the age of 35 coming in.
100%.
Yeah, wow.
100%.
Take that. That's a
Dude, I
flattering-
almost got cancelled as a consequence.
Oh,
Like,
because these two,
'cause
you cancelled yourself.
I cancelled myself, dude.
Yeah,
It was brutal.
Yeah. You guys went hard.
I've never faced such backlash in my life.
Well, yeah. What were
So
they
he
saying?
tells this story, right? And now my thing is, I'm like, Miss,
Go on the date.
You have to take her out.
misadventure.
Misadventure.
Yeah.
You have to take her out. You have to show her a good time. And was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, you'll make it. Anyway, so we were doing this on the uplet. And then, like, dude, people just went, they were like, you are like a couple of frat boys trying to play pranks on
Sexist,
old ladies. And I was
misogynist.
like, what? Like, I'm telling him to show her a good time.
Yeah.
No. They were right.
I mean, but also, what like,
It wouldn't have been that bad. It was just awkward.
what are your expectations for this podcast? Like, how do you get that far in and go? Oh,
What do you mean? Like I should have done it. You mean?
No, I'm saying for the guys that are commenting.
Yeah,
how do you get
Oh,
this
yeah.
far? Like, if
Don't be surprised.
If it's on the up late, they've
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
surely know something about the podcast. And
Maybe I might have taken things a bit too far, perhaps.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
you
this is
did,
a
you
fan.
did.
No.
It would be a good misadventure.
Nah, dude, like honestly, if it gets to that point where we'll tell them to fuck off.
Now I probably would do it because it's like, it's fine. But at the time,
Now I'm like old enough and like
Now I'm old enough. Now I
self-esteem
like,
is low
yeah,
enough.
I'll just be like, can you bring some hearing aids? Please come. But it was hilarious. But the funniest thing was like the way that the story developed was like I didn't really think about it while I was doing it. I'm like, it's a hearing test, and then like Jordan was like, was there pictures of really old people in the window? I'm like, yes. And I was like, was there slogans that were like, you can reclaim your life back, it's not all over? And I'm like, yes. And it's like, it was for like people in retirement villages. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is what it was.
It was any consolation. I've also been the audiologist. Like, so my wife actually lost, like during pregnancy, not completely, but a good chunk of her hearing in 1 year.
I thought you were gonna say mind.
Oh no! So it's like,
how did that happen? Is that common?
No, like a couple of things. It could be like it could have been COVID response to like could be long COVID. Could have been there's this thing called Meniere's disease. Dana White. I don't know. I looked up notable people that had it. Dana White was one that had it.
Oh wait, is that where like you just head hurts?
Meniere's is like crippling.
What is
They
it?
call it suicide disease or something, right?
What?
It's like so you have like what tinnitus.
I do know what that
living
is.
it firsthand.
I mean, I don't really have tinnitus. It's different.
It's
but
like permanent, but then there's like vertigo that's accompanying it alongside. So she had this, like during her pregnancy, she had like crippling vertigo. But since baby came, vertigo's gone. Still hearing is not great out of 1 ear. This time around, it's been like heaps better. But we had to go to like, basically felt like I got a PhD in audiology that year. Yeah. We were just there like all the time. But yeah, the amount of time I had to do those like frequency hearing tests of like 400, 800. Oh, it's like so we'd put an AirPod in one ear, be like, okay, can you hear it? Can you hear it? Because it would fluctuate so much.
Yeah.
And then at the they do like the full on headset at the audiologist. But yeah, I've been many a time. So you got.
Can I tell you?
I've done it. I've done that test as well when I was younger because my parents suspected I was deaf.
What?
And I actually got like after the first test, they thought like I was
only
deaf.
Tone deaf.
Only tone deaf. Because same thing, they play a sound and they say. So I was a child and they said, if you hear something, raise your hand. Right? Okay, so I was like, okay, fine.
I hear God speaking to me.
So after the whole test, they were like, yeah, he's probably deaf. And they were like, why? He's like, well, he was raising his hands when I wasn't even playing the thing.
Yeah, what a flawless test.
Wow.
That's a flawless test.
They asked me to come back. And this time I was told, like, only raise it when you hear it. And then they were like, nah, he's fine. His hearing is
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm colorblind and like...
You're colorblind?
Actually.
Yeah.
You can't see what color that light is?
So like...
What color is that light? The one behind the first one?
So either blue or purple. They just merge into one.
I mean, it kind of looks blue or purple to me as well.
Wait, that's really... Do you know I'm not white? Do you know that?
I can see...
No. He is white. He is white.
From this...
No, don't fuck with... Don't make fun of the disabled.
Okay, like from Mislav to Ali, I can obviously if I look at Ali in isolation, I can see that he's not white, but I can't.
Yeah, but that's just from his silly ideas that come out of his mouth.
I can't see like it's just like if you were to like I don't know like do a handshake or something, it would merge into one. And obviously the hand's probably not a great starting point.
Colorblind,
Dude, world peace.
World peace.
Merge into one. Oh shit!
That's see like which.
The Crusades all over again.
I didn't think I'd be coming on here in 10 minutes talking about complexion differences in the hands.
Yeah, that's mad. That's mad.
I did play cricket and I was a wicket keeper.
So I know Browns.
I could not see the red-green distinction.
Oh.
So I'll put that down as the
That's
reason why I dropped so
hard.
many catches. But
Yeah, sure.
but,
Yeah. That's difficult.
So, but the color blindness test where you can see the number.
Yes.
So I could never see that. I found out in year 10 science because everyone in the class could find it except
Right.
me. But then at the optometrist, they said, "Can you see the number?" And I said it so confidently, like 12. And oh no, you're not supposed to see a number. Right? Oh,
You're Superman.
how does that? So yeah, I don't know. Am I actually just regular and everyone else is just I don't know.
That's definitely not the case. But also,
No, it could be. No, you're Superman.
I'm gonna hold on to. I'm special. That's
You're
it.
Superman.
I think science has gotten to a point where I think color is the standard.
Is
I
it?
think for eyes, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe majority of color.
No, go
but
hard.
You know,
Pay
they
him
say
out.
like they say if you lose one of your senses, you like get
Other one heightens.
other ones heighten. Is there anything that you feel special about as being a colorblind person?
You
I'm pretty
feel
deaf.
good.
Like, yeah. I don't know. Do I have
What did you say?
I'm pretty deaf.
Oh, I thought you said
Like just like I don't know. I'm tone deaf and just like.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that
Well,
mean?
that's not an ability. That's a further disability.
That's what I mean. I mean, like I think I'm just nerfed in.
What do you mean deaf? How so?
Oh, when we did the test, so my wife's got one bad ear, one good, one regular ear, but her regular ear still crushed both of my ears.
You just have bad hearing. Why?
I don't know. Like it's not like it's not. I don't
Dude,
need.
Shire water. There was something in the water down there for sure.
Yeah, true. There's
They upped the fluoride down there.
a local councillor actually did get elected in the. Shout out to Crowe. He's actually a cool local councillor, basically on fixed Shire water.
I was joking, bro.
There's I mean, like for so long before Bob Hawke,
I was joking.
We were basically swimming in poo.
Oh God! Well, that was Sydney in the 70s. I know that in the 80s.
I mean, that was it was kind of like in 2005, there was just like an explosion of sewage.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Bait Bay's had its and like we had a whale that died there recently, and so just like it stunk for.
You can't call him that now, but yeah.
Your name's Gina. Excuse me.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
Wow.
like there was like a bull shark attack at a beach that never normally gets it. And this like whale carcass that was it's called Gibbon Beach. Basically attracted. You couldn't go in the water because it was bull sharks and it was polluted.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Okay, well maybe that actually is what it was.
Yeah, Alex Jones could be onto something.
Yeah. Oh, he's right half the time.
Yeah.
That's wild. Can I just tell you?
Have you heard that they're removing fluoride from water in a few places?
In Queensland, yeah, it's local.
Queensland,
it's a local. Well, not all of Queensland. It's a local council decision in Queensland. So a bunch of local councils, and because it's like, I don't know, half like homeschooled on like Charlie Kirk, pretty much.
They're gonna have cooked teeth now.
Yeah, totally.
Mate, it'll fit. It'll suit them. It'll suit them.
It's I know.
Like, there's no science. There's no science to back the fluoride.
I mean, you're talking.
You've given us one strike already.
You're talking to the wrong person here.
You can say that. You can ask that question.
This man has given us
no
a
science
YouTube
backing up
strike.
the use of fluoride or the anti-fluoride movement.
No, I'm saying I'm sure fluoride's fine.
Yeah.
No, dude, they've done like, because in the US they have idiots like that who be like, there's gonna be no fluoride in my town's water. And they like look at the effects of it, and it's like your dental bills go up dramatically.
Is fluoride just like a mineral? What is it? A chemical?
I guess it is. Yeah, it's a mineral or a chemical, but like it's supposed to be for teeth health.
After getting told I was colorblind, my year 10 science teacher said, "Do not do chemistry." My marks were that bad, so not
An
authority
You were
on this,
history. No, that stuff is. I'm conspiratorial as, but fluoride, I'm sure it just gives you better teeth. I'm sure.
It doesn't matter. We'll find out now. I think
We'll find out. It'll be a good case study.
I think now we're not supposed to have Panadol either.
True, we didn't talk about that last time, didn't we?
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
It was like the day of, like, it was Charlie Kirk's, he's got to mention a lot of times. It was the day of his funeral, and that was where Trump did his big announcement of
Panadol gives you autism. Is there any science backing that up?
Yes, stop having Panadol.
Damn, it would explain so much. Can I just say, with the hearing thing, I just have to tell you this. I did, because I was like, one day I'm like, that's it. I'm getting to the bottom of this. It's not tinnitus that I have. It's just this, if I yell, it's like this digital distortion in one ear.
Yeah.
Spent like $800 on an MRI, all this stuff, specialist, all this rigmarole. Because he was like, we'll do a brain scan, because sometimes it's the brain, not yet. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. Anyway, get to the end of that. I've spent like $1,000. And he's like, so I've had a few clients that have had similar symptoms. I'm like, yes. What is it? And he's like, deliberating on all the tests and information we've gathered over this time, I've come to the conclusion that I don't know. And I'm like, okay, fucking, are you serious? And he's just like, yeah, medical science can, I'm quoting him, medical science can only go so far. I'm like, I wish you told me that before I spent the $1,000. And then as a joke, I go, yeah, maybe I'll just jump on Google and like try to do more, I'll just Google it, just try to research it. And he was like, let me know if you find anything. I swear to God.
Way.
He said, let me know if you find anything.
See, that is the sort of thing that makes you go anti-fluoride. Like, that 100%. Is how you lose faith in the medical
I walked away from that moment being like, and I just reached adulthood. Now I'm an adult. Now I'm a jaded old prick that pays $1,000 to be like, told a joke by a doctor. I'm like, this is what being an adult is. I'm not a child anymore. This was the turning point.
That is insane. I think if ever anyone ends up in this situation, it's like a bit of actual serious medical advice that could have made a big difference for my wife. Well, it possibly did. We'll never
give
know.
it out.
If you ever wake up and you suddenly lose your hearing, go to the doctor ASAP. It could be something called it's called sudden sensorineural hearing loss.
Yeah.
It's random. We don't know why it happens. It just happens. But what they can do is they can give you a steroid injection in the ear, and that can save your hearing. And
Are you
you've got like a
serious?
48-hour window, and then it's gone.
What?
So if you ever,
Okay, so if you wake up with no hearing, like you're lost
in
hearing,
one ear or both ears, yeah.
go to the emergency room.
Emergency straight away. So we felt pretty like my wife was like, oh, I feel so dumb. We shouldn't go to emergency. I was like, no, let's do it. Like that's what Google's telling us.
Yeah.
And then everyone there, like, because normally when I go to my experience has been, are you sure you need to go to emergency?
Yeah, same.
But they were like, you 100%, you did the right thing, needed to get here ASAP. So anyone in that situation,
that's terrifying because if I didn't have my hearing, not good. I'd be very.
You'd
sad.
be like Beethoven, dude. You'd become more popular.
podcaster and musician.
Deaf podcaster
to the gallows.
and musician.
You can say like corny shit, like I just feel the music.
Corny shit. That's so true.
Hey, I know we've technically started the pod, but should we do some segments? Wait, 1 second before we do.
Are we live?
We are live.
Yeah.
I know you've been watching this, but welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast, Shawarma FM special. Today we have a special guest for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Cameron Mitchell. You may recognize him from his channel, Mr. Mitchell History, or his podcast, which is called...
Oh, thank you. Mr. M History Podcast. So.
Mr. M History Podcast. Thank you. You're doing us a favor by coming here, so you don't have to worry about that.
We're talking, I don't know if the pre-show is going
Yeah, I'll just include it. I think it was funny enough. We'll put it the whole thing up.
We'll put the whole thing up. I'm just getting Twitch
but
up.
hey, before we start, we've got some big news, and I want to get your initial reaction.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister of our country just got married. Do we have any message for him?
I was at a wedding day of.
Not his wedding.
No, not his wedding. No. Do we have a message? Congrats, champ. Now get back to work.
Apparently, he was the first Australian Prime Minister ever to get married while in office.
Really?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I felt pretty bad because, like, not to pry open his personal life here, but I think he just became the opposition leader. I could be wrong, but my understanding of it is he just became the opposition leader. His son was about to finish the HSC, and I think his wife at that point went, "Oh, we've done our job here. Time to go our separate ways." And they'd met in the Labor movement together. Like they'd been in the trenches.
Yeah, because his ex-wife was like the deputy premier
of New South Wales. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so yeah,
crazy. But it's funny how he met his new wife. By the way, I saw the pictures. She looked amazing. She actually did. She looked really
He looked
nice.
good too. He looked good too.
Yeah, but like just the bride looked so good. And I was thinking, I was like, am I gay now? What's going on? Why am I
Yes,
thinking?
you are.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know how they met? Apparently she was a heckler.
what?
Yeah, he was doing some speech and she just screams, down with the Rabbitohs. And he gets to say, he's like, I'm going to have to deal with that later. and they're married.
I like that too. That's
Testament
cool.
to both of them. Like, great heckle. Like, that's the only, like, don't go for policy. Go for the Rabbitohs if ever you need to get under Albo's skin. But B, classic Albo to be able to turn that around. I mean, there's like compilations of Albo before he was opposition leader. Back when he was super loose and he was like.
And fat too. Do you remember he was a big guy?
Fattened at the pub.
Fat Albo.
It's brilliant. Like, you forget because he's been pretty robotic and, yeah, wisely so because it led to a landslide election victory and gave nothing to the Murdoch papers to run with. But you forget that he was actually super loose really up until he became the opposition leader.
Yeah, true.
He was a legend, man. He was like beer swilling. He was like DJing.
Saved the Rabbitohs from
Did he?
going defunct. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Russell Crowe.
Well, like Russell Crowe's money, but from the administration side and from getting the government involved, Russell Crowe. I think he Russell Crowe went on Joe Rogan. How's this?
Did you see him big up an elbow on Joe Rogan?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's so good
that was
because
pretty
Joe
cool.
Rogan recycled the terrible talking points of like the Murdoch media, and Russell Crowe just kind of put him in his place and was like, "You actually have no idea what you're talking about." The second thing he did
That's sick.
was he explained Test cricket to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And he's explained like that's like got to be the best explanation. Like,
Was this because has he
a
done
question.
two? Has he done two podcasts with him now? Just
he's done
one.
a couple, I think.
I think, yeah, he's done a couple.
Cool.
Do you know how he described Test cricket? So he was asking, what's cricket like? And he says, well, you know, and he's like, we play it for 5 days, we take breaks. Is that the best way to introduce someone else to cricket? Just like, this is going to last for 5 days?
Yeah.
Or do you just
I
say...
reckon, I don't know. It runs like the opposite to my like sort of political views. My political views are very pragmatic, whatever it takes to get the result. Doesn't matter. Like form a coalition, no matter how disparate your views are. But I'm such a Puritan when it comes to cricket of like, get them into Test cricket or get them out. Don't let them hollow out our game.
Cricket is not one of those sports. I've come to this conclusion. It's not one of those sports that you can get into later on in your life. You're either born into a country that is into cricket or you're never getting
I
into
think he's right. It's just such
It's
a
too
ridiculous-
technical.
Yeah.
I've converted my wife, so she's like not begrudgingly into it.
She loves you, bro. She's not into it. I'm telling you.
Like, sorry, yes. But she was it was the Amazon Prime documentary series, The Test.
Yeah.
Like that got her absolutely hooked.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. What?
Yeah.
What is it? Just like that old commentary, like we got a lovely documentary here for you
like
today.
it's so the best
It's
bit.
Richie Benu,
You
and
get
he's
to
one of the greatest of all time, just so you know.
you get to see the
Who's down to do a line of cocaine with me later tonight?
I mean, he might, back in the day, he was bowling some serious tags. He might have been before he went out to bowl. But
Legend. He's a legend.
oh,
right?
he's good.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was a great commentator too. Like
Cricket is just worlds better than other sports. with
Ali's a
broadcasting.
massive.
I'm
way
into
bigger
it, but I
fan.
also recognize it's kind of a gay sport. I get it.
nah.
No, you watch them. You watch the,
No way.
In the test, you get to see them have tantrums when they get out. So like they're very dignified when they're walking off the crease. They're like, "Oh, what gentlemen," holding it together after disappointment on the field. And as soon as they get into the change room, bats are flying. Like Steve Smith's got the
Yeah.
best breakdown
Yeah.
because
Did you see, by
It's
the
a
way?
very English sport. That's what it is.
It is. Well, it
Yeah.
is the definition of like the most colonial sport. But did you see Steve Smith's beef with Monty Panesar before the Ashes started?
I did. I'm on Monty Panesar's side.
Are you? Dude, I'm on fucking Steve Smith's
What?
side
No,
on
like-
that one,
oh, was
through
this-
and through.
So Smudge gets the journo to team up a question. Look, he's not Jordan. He doesn't have the rhetorical flair of
No.
someone for a takedown.
I mean, he is autistic like Jordan. Let's
He
be
is.
real.
Given it's a rehearsed question, and Monty Panesar literally didn't know like what the capital of Italy was. It's a free hit. Steve Smith.
Is it Rome?
Yes,
Okay.
very good.
Okay, thank you. Just checking.
Is it Juventus?
But Monty Panesar's initial, like,
Uranus.
he started it, and he's just an idiot. Like
No,
you're,
but-
you know
What
what he
happened?
said,
Explain
right?
what happened.
So Monty
Explain,
Panesar
explain.
went on a quiz show.
Yeah.
Wait, before that, so
Give us the whole thing.
So Monty Panesar is an English cricketer,
Yeah.
right? And he, before the start of the Ashes, he said, "This is my advice to Ben Stokes as the English captain: get under Steve Smith's nerves, remind him about the
ball-
sandpaper
the
gate
ball
and all that stuff.
tampering, yeah.
Make him doubt himself, make him feel that he shouldn't even be there, let alone be the captain, blah blah." And that's how you can get into. Dude, this is an old ass thing now. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Also, Steve Smith played his best ever cricket.
Exactly,
when he got,
right after that,
that's
too.
nonsense, yeah.
And it's been like close to a decade, dude. Can you like move on? I don't think it's affecting him. It's not affecting us anymore, clearly.
A decade's a long
Anyway,
time, right?
and so then Steve Smith in his press conference, he started shitting on Monty Panesar, and he said, "Just go watch an old appearance of his on what show was it? Question Time or
the
one of
the
those
captain was saying this.
yeah." So the Aussie captain was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That
it's just
guy's
a
like,
press
I don't
conference.
take him seriously. Just go watch him. Anyone that doesn't know the capital of Germany or something, like and Cam's right. He did say it in a very unroasty way,
But then he finished with like, but yeah, it's not something I'm thinking about. But I'm like, you just monologue for 2 minutes. I think it is under your skin a little bit.
Yeah.
that's true.
That's
all right. So
funny.
at least someone's on Monty's side. I appreciate
Yeah, it's
that.
like, you've got citizenship now. You can take Monty's side. You don't have to take.
Well, in
watching-
that case, that was a very reprehensible act in the first place. The sandpaper.
I'm watching you. You're on notice.
Really.
No. The sandpaper thing was nuts. It's an
Nah, but
Australian.
like, I genuinely feel. First of all,
10
I know
years.
how Australians feel about that, but this is also why, like, I'm going to say this because I'm a citizen. Dude, I completely get why someone will bend the rules to win a game. Like, as if everyone watching that has.
Heaps of people have done
I'm
it.
not saying you should do it, but you get where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, he's not like, and people were saying, oh, he's a cheat. I was like, he wasn't he was trying to win. Like, he
And
wasn't
even
trying
like
to lose.
for Smith himself, it seems as though Smith. So like Warner's conspiring with Cameron Bancroft to go and do it. Bancroft's like the 26-year-old that does it, and Smith just walks past and goes, "I don't want to know. What are you doing?" And Warner's like being super sus, and Smith goes, "Oh, I don't want to know about it," and walks off.
Oh.
And he gets suspended for a year. Like Gladys Berejiklian, her boyfriend calls about criminal corruption, and she goes, "I don't need to know about that."
I remember
she's
her.
She's the woman who saves New South Wales. Like,
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought he was the one doing the.
no, he turned a blind eye to it, and
Oh, that's not that bad.
and he got suspended for a year.
Yeah,
That's not that bad.
Dude, and worse than that, he had to cry like a pig in front of everyone.
What did
That
Warner
was
get?
One of the
as
saddest
well.
things I've
He
ever
should-
seen.
He should have got more than that.
Bancroft got 9 months, and he was the one that actually did it. but-
What is that?
Because he was the junior that got
Right,
put
he
up
didn't
to it.
kill
by-
anyone.
In
I mean,
maybe in a way he killed the ball.
No, he made it more
Well,
lively.
they
if
lost the
anything,
test match
to be fair.
anyway, so they
Yeah,
didn't-
he lost the test.
But the ICC
mean-
is just the sort of a cricket body. They give like 2-match suspensions or 4-match suspensions. Maybe this would be
exactly.
like probably a 4. 'cause it was-
There's a Packy player who literally was eating the ball.
Yeah, she hit a free.
What?
Exactly.
What?
So when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's light shit, bro. he was
Why?
He was a
literally
baller though. He was such a
eating.
good player.
Okay, in his defense,
He was hungry.
they came to Australia and dude, they got slaughtered every match. It was a whitewash. They played 3 test matches, got slaughtered.
Although-
played 5 ODIs, got slaughtered, and then there was this 1 T20 left. And at that point, I could completely understand what was, dude, we have to win this.
And
he was taking bites out of
I
it.
also think this offsets because that series, the SCG test. Sorry for me nerding out here.
Oh, no.
Pakistan had the game pretty well wrapped up.
The story of Pakistan's life.
But there were 3 players that were later found guilty of match fixing. One guy, this was I think it was the Hobart test, not the Sydney one. He dropped.
Wait, this is the 90s or recently?
Wait, are you talking about Shahid Afridi?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Yeah, so 2010, 2011, no, 20,
Oh yeah, that's right. Like the players that got in England, they got in trouble from
Yeah, they
spot
got
fixing, yeah.
but and like one of them dropped Ponting on 0. Ponting ends up making 200. One dropped Michael Hussey 3 times. Hussey ends up making 100 and saving Australia. I'm like, let Afridi go because that's just making up for the fact that his own teammates are trying to sabotage the game.
Yeah, true. Dude, Afridi was he would do shit like that. He would start eating, but he, you know what's funny? And so that's why I was saying like,
What the hell?
He's so good though. He's such a good
so
player.
he just like takes the ball. Like I
You
don't know
can't
why.
eat a. Is this, how
And
do
this
you-
is in 2010, way after
Cameras,
the
yeah.
cameras are invented, you know. So and he's biting it in front of like these high definition cameras, like 12 of them pointed at
was
him.
he a spin bowler?
Yeah, he
all-rounder,
was.
So he's
yeah.
trying to get it off center
Yeah,
or something.
he was trying to win, dude. He was trying to say if the ball has like weird
It'll
curves and
spin.
stuff, it'll spin.
Yeah.
And afterwards, the match referee was like, "Did you do this?" And he was like, "Yes, I did." And he got like a couple of matches banned.
Yeah.
That was
I
it.
mean, doing it in white ball versus doing anyway.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like smaller test or
Well, I
something?
think it was in a 2020 or a 1 day.
It was 20 I don't think it mattered. Like
Yeah.
officially, the punishment that
One day, that's like a bit of fun.
no, it's it's just so embarrassing. Like an apple.
Were you just like, oh
I was
god?
like, dude, this is ridiculous. I was like, yeah, there has to be a better way, guys.
Sure, I do forget that like you would have that sense of almost national responsibility when you see someone from Pakistan bring the country into disrepute like that. But
No, dude. There is also way more tolerance because it happens so often that there is an understanding. Like, yep, some of them are gonna. Dude, the match fixes. That is like the cardinal sin, right? Like that is absolutely
that?
the worst
Yeah,
thing
those-
a player can do. Yeah.
It's like fixing games, as in we'll lose and.
Well,
drop catches and ball wides.
So I think they've been caught officially and for spot fixing, which is like
Is that for bets?
yeah, for bets. So
Oh
like
my God.
bowling a no ball on purpose. That's
Yeah.
one they've officially been found guilty of.
How would you?
But
even
there
find-
are,
Anyway.
you know, it's accepted that in the 90s there was match fixing. By the way, it wasn't just Pakistan. Like South Africa officially got caught for it, and their captain had to like got banned.
that
and
was
stuff.
that was so sad.
Yeah, but because you hear about that, there was a tolerance of like. He might have been hungry. Come on, let him go.
taking chunks out of the ball.
Anyways, yeah, we did you guys hear about the DC shooting and the background of it?
A little.
I've like not. I saw one photo of Albers, but I haven't seen any news. Like,
Oh my
last
god,
couple
dude,
of
this
weeks.
story. This is actually
You
pretty
didn't hear
insane.
about this?
I don't like. I watch the Ashes and pretty much don't watch
Yeah,
else on
fair enough,
social
fair
media.
enough. But this is so okay. So you know, in Washington D.C., there was a shootout, and 2 people were 2 innocent
National Guards
Yeah,
were
National
killed.
Guards were killed.
Oh, jeez.
And so then they found out like who the attacker is, and the attacker was an Afghan national who had moved to U.S. in 2022. And anyway, that's all we knew. And then Trump came out and he said, this is exactly why we think immigration bad. And he was like, and then he suspended all Afghan visa pending requests. So like none of them, and then he also like, which is actually kind of funny, was like, and Somalia too, and people were like, why Somalia? He's like, yeah, Somalia.
Just chuck him in there. Can you imagine if he's like, have you been to Melbourne, Australia? Have you seen Melbourne?
So that was funny. But like, then they started doing research on this guy, and his story is cooked. So this guy was hired by the killer, right? So he is an Afghan national, but isn't. And so he was hired by CIA.
Yeah, in the CIA.
At age 15. So he was 15 years old when he was hired, and he was hired for a particular strike force called Zero Force, or also known as the Kandahar Strike Force, which was officially created to do the dirtiest of the work. So they were for political assassinations. So the CIA would give orders to this tactical unit, which they trained to go in and like get rid of like the worst of the worst Taliban leadership. Anyway, so he was one of those guys. After the Afghanistan withdrawal, when the Americans left, him and a bunch of other people from his community were like the first on the roll to be extracted because they were prime targets for the Taliban because they had done all the dirty work. Anyways, as soon as they went to the US, Trump came into power and then things got really bad for them. So all of their asylum got like suspended or paused, and they weren't able. Anyways, so and he obviously, and everyone in that unit is an accepted fact. They all have extreme level of PTSD. Like they're all going absolutely insane. And this is the guy that shot up those people. And so it sort of gives you like a context.
So he sort of had got like PTSD from what he did in back.
Well, not just that. And then like I was, there's this other journalist who's been covering this for a while. And then I saw other cases. So there's another video where this Afghan dude who's stopped over by the cops. And the cops come up and they say their problem is he's driving the car and their systems are saying it's not insured. And so this Afghan guy goes into like this 8-minute thing of like, I'm trying to get this insured. I can't get it insured because I am, no one would give me a job because my status isn't clean. I'm officially in asylum. And he goes into this thing and the cops are like, we don't give a fuck about that. And at the end he says, I shouldn't have fought for you guys. I should have fought for the Taliban. And then he takes out a gun. By the way, these are all extremely well-trained people. And so you can see in the video that he's fully trained. He goes, he clocks it, shoots the officer. The officer gets hit. Luckily, he doesn't die, thank God. But then there's another officer who just takes out the guy who shot him. And so he's dead. And so there's like these bunch of like Afghan people that were fighting for the CIA and for the Americans that have extreme level of PTSD.
Shit.
And because of like these new immigration stuff are not getting normalized. So they're all just like really broke.
Wow.
Going insane.
Whoa. Oh my God.
And then you add in the like connection to, I'm sure the conspiracy theorists are having a field day with like possible false flag operation.
There's those conspiracies as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's massive reaction saying this is a false flag. This was
and that was my first thought when you said CIA. That was my gut reaction.
Yeah, that's because obviously his background is he's not like some, like sometimes what CIA does is they get assets. So like someone that is a criminal already, they go like, do you want to work for the CIA? Blah, blah. He was poached as a child. So he was in fact made a child soldier, which to be fair, it kind of goes in Afghanistan. Yeah. So like but that's the reality of it.
Wow, that is crazy.
Insane.
So he literally, but like he was on the ground, like in the government, and he was just like, I'm losing it. And then he was like, started clocking a gun to shoot these two.
Well, so that also puts you like maybe the motivation. So what he does is, by the way, this guy who shot up he drives from across the country, goes to the White House, and then shoots the guards that are outside the White House.
I thought it was a stabbing.
No, he shoots him.
Whoa.
And the other scary thing is all of these people they're fully trained and they've been trained by the best in the country.
Oh my God. Did they kill him or arrest him?
They arrested him.
That was another part of the false flag. They're like, they didn't kill him on purpose because it was set up, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, and then you add the factor of like what Trump's had the National Guard in DC. This only, like, if this is an attack outside the White House, this only gives more justification for Trump to do his crackdown even further.
And he's doing it further,
Use it as political capital to fight the migration thing, which is like his only winning issue.
Yeah. What's going to happen to the guy?
Well, I mean, he's going to go to jail, obviously. But
was he like mentally? Do you think he's like mentally not like he was like having a
think about this. You were poached at age 15 for a CIA assassination crew that goes around killing Taliban. Yes, you'll go crazy. Like you don't need anything.
Yeah.
And particularly if you feel left for dead by your new, like you're like, okay.
But what was his? What was his?
Go home.
But that's the other thing. Like these, because these guys some of them have been. So there's a bunch of people. So some of these people were initially taken to the U.S., right? And when they got to the U.S., the administration changed, and then all of a sudden they're stuck in a limbo. So they're not going back. It's not like they're being deported, but they have no work rights. They can't get insurance. So they're essentially living in poverty. They can't go back because they'll be killed.
Why don't they have work rights and citizenship?
Because Trump, I think, essentially wants them to leave. He doesn't want them to stay, and which is why he used this as like the first thing was like all asylums pause.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I don't know. What do you think about the ethics of this? Like you get people to fight for you. They're fighting you, or like they're killing, and then
Yeah. When you shape it that way, it's like, it's pretty crazy. Like, was he like yelling Allah Akbar and shit or no?
I don't know, but I don't know what he was.
But I highly doubt it would have been religiously motivated.
But did he say? But like,
if that's
the guy.
The background story.
I'm not. Again, I don't know if this is true. Obviously, there's an investigation, and we'll find out. He seems to be a guy that was frustrated with his legal status in the country and thought he was isolated.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. And also, he is insane. Because killing someone, even if you're frustrated, is not a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
So he clearly has like intense PTSD issues.
And also exposure to, that's just how he had settled grievances, like where he's from.
That's a red hot issue, but yeah, there's a bit of that as well.
Look, I think that if it was the case that he wasn't like granted any citizenship or right to work or legal right or any of that, then like, yeah, I think that's quite cruel, especially if he was a freaking child soldier for the government. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. I mean, that's morally ambiguous too. A 15-year-old to be trained by the CIA to fight the that's just fucked.
That's not beneath him, but yeah.
No, of course. But I mean, like, knowing that context now, it's like, it's not as black and white as I initially thought. I thought it was just like, I thought it was a second generation American or like an immigrant that was just like doing the whole like,
No, he was a freshie, but his background is, because that's the other thing. He wasn't just someone that was hired by the CIA.
Yeah.
They called him part of the elite forces, so he was top 1%.
Really?
Yeah,
wow. That's crazy.
I mean, surely from just a self-interest point of view, like, a functional empire takes care of those people because it will only come back to bite you if you don't take care of them.
Yeah.
Like, take morality out of the equation.
Yeah.
The top 1%, and they feel as though they're owed something by you.
But it is a difficult proposition as well, because like if you bring them over, they have issues, so they need lifelong care now. So either you make that commitment. Well, not only are you allowed to have a job, that's very basic, but we are actually going to have to support you for the remainder of your life.
And if that gets picked up for Trump, it's like political. Well, why are you
exactly? And so honestly, if you're not going to do that, then maybe do the absolute most reprehensible thing, which is leave them there and let them get executed.
Yeah.
Like, you have to choose one of them, either, because you can't have like these people that are going through these issues, because then they're a ticking time bomb. This is one instance they could do something, and then obviously the morality of like, judging one person's actions, and then like there's a bunch of people that are like in a similar situation that don't want to go back. That's and now brutal. I mean, everyone's off the table.
Is he, but he's not
deporting. And also Somalia, for the hell of it.
Just chucking in Somalia is wild.
Do you reckon Trump knows the capital of Somalia? That's my...
I don't.
No.
Is it Somalia?
Mogadishu,
what is it?
Mogadishu? I don't know. Sorry.
How the hell did you know that?
Well, I know one city in Somalia that's Mogadishu. I don't even know if it's the capital.
How did you know?
It also happens to be the piracy capital of the world, so maybe Trump does have a point. But
so like, can Tucker Carlson...
Pirates?
Yeah, pirates.
Can Tucker Carlson do what he did to Ted Cruz and someone go... Hey, what's the population? Like, just expose his lack of knowledge.
No one can do that to Trump.
Yeah, undo his credibility, but
that won't work for Trump. With Trump,
if anyone can do it, it's Tucker, I reckon. But
nah, Trump will just go, Great, piggy. Which I'm sorry.
Did you
Morality out of the.
Did you hear his latest one?
No.
You're a stupid person.
Stupid person.
Stupid question.
Stupid person.
And you know what the question was?
Yeah, it was about. It was
like the Afghan shooter. They were like, President Trump, you're blaming the Afghan shooter on the Biden administration, but according to records, it was your administration that granted him the initial visa. And he was like, that was a stupid question by a stupid person.
He's lost.
He's losing it.
Yeah.
Like
he's lost the fun. The magic's gone.
Like the girl, the poor girl, there was a shot of her being told she's stupid. It's like a stupid person. You can see her, she's just kind of like, her soul is like, it's like a dad talking down to his child or something. It doesn't look good.
But he'd at least, I don't know, he used to do it with like a bit of a smile on his face. Like it was fun.
He's old.
And he's, now just the establishment as well. Like you can't like it was when he was raging against the machine.
What did you make of his meeting with Mamdani? Did you see that?
I only saw the bit where
he was like, "It's fine."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
What do you make of that? We talked about it last time, but like, what do you think of that? I was like, "What is going on?"
I thought it was a rare moment of seeing Trump's humanity. But
Yeah.
I that is literally the only clip that I've seen of the meeting. I have no idea what they spoke
It was
about.
very much the whole time a similar vibe.
Yeah, people are saying Trump swings the other way now because he had his Bill Clinton thing and then the Mamdani thing.
Bill Clinton, yeah.
He seems to be. There's rumors out there now circulating.
Yeah,
I think he's just.
I think the photo that came afterwards more exonerated Trump than it did incriminated Trump. I know everyone's been like, "Oh, there's a photo," but it looks like it's like playful, and so the email could have been referring to him like playfully.
I think that's not true. The email, I don't think it's accurate what people are saying about him and Bill.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Actually, Cam, I thought if you have a answer or like a thought on this, you know, like they always say that when you get older, your politics sort of moves with it. So when you're younger, you tend to be more left. As you get older, you tend to be more right. So like you vote Labor in your youth, and then you move towards the Liberals. Apparently, from all studies, that's not happening with our generation, where we continue to be left wing or like support Labor even as our maturity years come along. Do you know why that's happening? What are your thoughts on that?
I think the pattern still is observable, but it's just within the confines of the Labor Party. So like you got Labor left and Labor right. There's some ideological division between the two, but they're more marriages of convenience. But the main difference, like we could go way back. It started in 1955, and it's was partly to do with religion, partly to do with pragmatism, partly to do with people's views on socialism. But I think, I don't know, the older I'm getting, the more I'm gravitating towards Labor right, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
No, but like, what about like the fact that like even if you gravitate towards Labor right, you don't gravitate towards a coalition, which used to happen for generations before us, where eventually they'd stop voting Labor and then they'll start voting Liberals.
I think, well, part of it is what the Labor Party's become. Labor Party is not a child's party anymore. Like since Hawke and Keating, it became an adult's party of like, we can govern responsibly. We can do the accords where we bring business, unions and government to the table and negotiate wage increase or a wage freeze, I should say, to begin with, and Medicare together. We can do that all together. Like, and so I think because that model was put forward, our left-wing party in Australia, you know, as much as it might get the Murdoch beat up, it doesn't carry the baggage of being seen as a, I don't know, delusional party. And now it's the coalition that really just seem like that. Like if they had a John Howard figure, they'd be in a much better position. John Howard comes across as a leader who wants to lead an adult party, at least in my opinion. The more I read about him, the more I respect him.
John Howard.
Yeah, the more I disagree with him, but the more I respect him. Like, that is a good leader. Not righteous, but like that is a smart.
I mean, if you were the
leader.
prime minister for a decade, you must be doing something right, you know.
Yeah, and particularly because he was leader the first time, and the Nationals screwed him over so hard, and that cost him his leadership. And then he came back from the dead and led for a decade
and fixed his teeth.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
I haven't noticed that.
Have you seen his old videos where like black and white videos from the budget days?
He's an advocate for fluoride.
Dude,
So
oh my God, his teeth were
he talks about that in his book, but
Really?
He looked like
You've read Lazarus
I
Rising?
love Lazarus
he
Rising.
like wrestlers, right?
That sentence should not be said.
It's a good book. Did you listen to an audiobook?
No, I fell asleep in the back as it was playing.
Yeah, that's because it's John Howard narrating. If you read it just in written form.
Apparently he kept farting in protest.
I was just going.
Yeah, the audiobook like, shut the fuck, like, yeah.
So like, Jordan driving and he's like, I want to listen to this audio. Stop it. Put something else on. No. And then he's like just farting to protest.
Is there any signs of life? There's signs of life. Yeah.
No, I reckon you see his political genius in Lazarus Rising, and like, you see like how pragmatic he is, but B, how well he understands his political opponents and can anticipate their move.
Right.
And so he knew how to peel Labor voters off of Labor very well. He used, I don't know, tree logging as a wedge issue to get Tasmanian tree loggers to flip to the Liberal Party because he was like, the Labor Party are woke, eco-friendly people that want to take your job. He had to invent a whole new playbook to take down Hawke and Keating that had become a powerhouse in Australian politics. A lot of people didn't expect him, like he won the 1996 election so comfortably. A lot of people didn't expect him a year out to win it the way he did. So anyway, I don't know, to answer your question, I think in Australia, the Labor Party I think you gravitate towards the adult party. I don't think it's necessarily conservative.
So it's just a sensible choice.
Yeah, in the sense of, like, have you properly, because again, you kind of take the argument of, we just tax the billionaires and then we can fund whatever we want to fund. And it's like, you could set the corporate tax rate to 100%, but you'll be litigating that in court for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like the years of infrastructure that has been around beforehand, you're not going to undo with just, we're going to change the tax rate. They have unbelievable lawyers. They're brilliant at dodging tax. You're not going to recoup that money in a 1 year or 3 year
limitations
term.
of what's being there's this other point of view, and I want to get the other point of view is that the Liberal Party and the coalition, they're just experiencing a demographic time bomb where like this generation just does not care about them, so they're hemorrhaging support, and for the foreseeable future they are screwed because. Yeah. But you're saying that if they do magically get someone like John Howard, this can all switch around.
Yeah, They might run under a different banner or in a different party name, but they might still be a predominantly opposition party rather than a predominantly government party.
So you're saying their main issue is a leadership crisis?
Massively. I think we talked about this last time. The hollow of talent in the Liberal Party is more like
Susan Ley.
Yeah.
It's a joke. That's a joke. You don't even have to respond to that.
We understood that one. Yeah. What about Hastie? Because he's supposed to be the next leader. This is my view. I think Susan Lee is a transitional character anyways. She's not going to stay there for too long. But that Hastie guy, I reckon that he's the next leader.
I think he's I don't think Jordan's as big on him. Sorry. Yeah. I know he's obviously not, but like in terms of just like objectively, can he get them? I think he can get them going better. I think what Andrew Hastie has going for him is he's got that military training, so he knows how to speak clearly with precision. Susan Lee sounds like she's reading off a teleprompter every time she speaks. And so you actually feel like Andrew Hastie has something to say. Usually it's something I don't agree with at all, but he actually can communicate a message quite effectively. He's gone all in on net zero, which I don't think... I think they're really hoping that it will be this sort of messiah political issue that will galvanise them. I think that we're still bushfires and floods are too recent a memory for that to really take off.
But don't you think that just comes from the fact that his base, or like the Liberal Party base, is not in for net zero? So they've been like advocating. The only reason why they agreed to it was because they were told that there's a political calculus. If you don't do this, you'll never get elected. And I think they've gone to a point where they're like, we don't care.
Yeah, I think you could hide it away to the side and go, we're ditching net zero, or you can make it front. And they've made it front and center. And so I think Hastie's hoping this galvanizes a conservative base and kind of recaptures the magic of the Ben Shapiro era or something like that.
Do you think they'll be able to do that? Like, it seems like the Libs are trying to be more like, okay, we're going to go down the more right side rather than the teal side, right?
That's just because they're wedged as well. They're bleeding from their right flank so hard. Like, One Nation could be... It won't happen as easily as the UK because the UK doesn't have preferential voting.
Yes.
Whereas Australia does, which kind of moderates the radicals out a little bit. Yeah. But they're bleeding to One Nation. You've got even Gerard Rennick guy in Queensland who's actually bleeding people out of the branches. He's not getting seats or anything. He was a Liberal senator who defected.
Independent.
He's now independent. I think he got screwed over in a pre-selection ballot and just rage quit the party. So I think they're bleeding to their right. They're not. I don't see them ever winning those tail seats back.
Damn.
I think Amelia Hamer, she went for the seat of Kooyong in Victoria. That was like Menzies' old seat, like the most stereotypical blue ribbon seat. most like the sort of most like the wets and the dries, the wettest candidate that you could possibly have of like a corporate woman in her 30s that is like pro environment, at least in the messaging, and she didn't win the seat. And so I think that with
Who won it?
Monique Ryan.
But like what party?
Teal. So I think they've made a calculation.
Monique Ryan recently did an interview with Turnbull, which I saw on YouTube. I haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen either.
You know what's sad about that, dude? I was looking at it and it was like it had 5,000 views. I was like, ex-prime minister.
As balanced as all things should be.
Yeah.
Very happy about that.
Yeah.
I really didn't like Turnbull at all. That's just me.
What's your views on Turnbull? I've started to like him now. I know it's ridiculous. Jordan crucified.
It is ridiculous.
I'm not. It's hard. I think he's said stuff on AUKUS right now, and a lot of because I don't like AUKUS, but it's easy to do once you leave office, and so he's saying a bunch of things that would be like respect. But he's doing it from the comfort of leaving office, and he's got a grind to axe with Peter Dutton.
But dude, like, let's be real. He can't, dude. The CIA is going to get your ass hard if you say that shit in the office. Like, I can guarantee you, when Albo retires, he's going to say a lot of shit about the AUKUS stuff as well.
But that's why that's what makes me like him less, because I'm like, okay.
But that's everyone, dude. I think
Keating and Hawke challenged America a fair amount.
Whitlam did too, but
and Malcolm Fraser actually over time, even though he was the guy that replaced Whitlam, challenged them more and more. But I think if you're not going to, so he's got the luxury of now not needing to get reelected. It just makes the person's job really hard to govern. Like if you go, all right, I'm going to toe the party line while I'm in office, then as soon as I get out of office, hey, Alba, you suck. You should challenge the AUKUS deal more.
Yeah, true.
It's like, okay, great. Like what are you now? You're just stoking up discontent when you know for a fact we can't really do anything about it. Well, if you did, so I don't know. Although, to be fair, he was the one that negotiated the French deal initially, but which then AUKUS came to replace.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I'll give him credit there.
But man, you're absolutely right. Like, there's no way Malcolm Turnbull or any of them could have said this in office. And you are right. We're bringing up the exception. You like Keating, huh? Your favorite Australian Prime Minister ever?
Well, it's Bob Hawke because he had Paul Keating as his treasurer.
He also had the Riz, dude.
Hawke.
Yeah.
Hawke.
The Rizzler.
The
yeah.
Rizzler.
Well,
what have you heard? There's these accusations that Hawke was actually a CIA asset.
Nah, that's nonsense.
What do you think about that?
He was pro-US. So he was an informant to the US Department of Labor, and he basically had a massive whinge because he was in the Victorian right. Gough Whitlam was in the New South Wales right, but Whitlam governed much more, you'd call it, socialist. Hawke vented to the US Department of Labor basically saying like, oh, this guy's got no idea what he's doing. At that point, he was the president of the Labor Party and the ACTU. So kind of like, I don't know, you'd Andrew McDonald versus Pat Cummins. If Whitlam's Pat Cummins, Hawke's Andrew McDonald. And he's basically going, this is nonsense, this is frustrating. The other big thing was, it's not necessarily that he was a CIA plant, it was more that he was a Mossad plant, which I guess symbiotic relationship. He was the biggest advocate for Israel in the Labor Party.
Yeah, that's true as well.
And he there was a Labor senator,
which is also like an interesting thing for an Aussie. And I'm not saying like you should be anti, but like because there's no political advantage to it in the sense that there's a big demographic that votes for pro-Israel. Like the US has that. You can argue that for a lot of politicians, appeasing, Israel will get you electoral results as well. That is not the case in Australia. So if there's a prime minister that is very overtly being very pro-Israel, what's that about?
Yeah, it's it's a fun one. So there's a Labor senator called Sam Cohen who's Jewish. He dies. His widow then invites Bob Hawke to go to Israel, and he meets with like Golda Meir, who's the prime minister at the time. I don't know much about history. Joint the Israeli labor movement. He meets up with them, and then he comes back and he starts giving speeches for the Zionist Federation of Australia. So he basically
it's just the ecosystem that you go into then. Yeah,
and I think pragmatically, like as someone who's from the right and was a very pragmatic leader, has gone, look, the center of power at that point. No one cared about the Palestine issue. Like it was then only in the 70s when like all of those suicide bombings happened to try and wake people out of apathy. Like that was what drove them to that approach. Munich,
the Olympic stuff.
Yeah, the Olympic stuff and the Idi Amin Uganda airport debacle.
Yeah.
And so I think like just the default position was to, Bob Carr said this himself, like the default position for everyone was to be pro-Israel. And it got you pretty popular support by going, we support the democracy in the Middle East. And also World War II is much more fresh in the memory. And so people feel it was a bit of a duty to build a Jewish state after the Holocaust. And so, Hawke gets treatment. He actually has a forest named after him in Golan Heights.
Oh, wow.
And so he did the ribbon cutting for that. So he's basically just got the red carpet treatment from Israel.
Yeah. I suppose you can't really judge him because it was a different time, man. Like there was no other view.
And also, since leaving office, I'm a hypocrite here because I'm going to call out Turnbull for the same thing that I'll praise Hawke for. But since leaving office, he's criticised Israel. Well, he's dead now, but before he died, he criticised Israel.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, who's dead?
Bob Hawke.
Bob Hawke.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Keating. Sorry.
Yeah.
That
is interesting.
Jordan needs to get that interview before he goes. That's got to be.
has to happen.
Yeah. Bob Carr is a pretty, give credit to Bob Carr. I don't know. I remember going to a Bob Carr talk in 2012. It was a private event, but dude, he was going hard on Israel then.
Oh, he is the person in the Labour Party that is the most responsible for moving the dial towards Palestine.
Yeah, true.
He basically took on Julia Gillard. Gillard was like, nah, we are not agreeing to Palestine getting, non-member observer status at the UN. Yeah. And he was like, okay, I'm going to call a party vote. Either they vote with me or they vote with you. And if they vote with you, I'll walk. But if they vote with me, we're doing it. And she backed down. So I'm like, that's pretty baller.
Well, back down means that they abstained. You know, that's actually a small wins,
true,
you know?
true.
So like, it's ridiculous. Actually, it was a compromise. But yeah, hey, speaking on that, did you hear that Netanyahu is now asking for a full pardon?
What?
So he's going and he's saying...
To the ICC? Or to...
No. That would be next. No, because for the corruption case.
The Knesset, yeah. Wow.
So he's saying like, this is his view. It's actually hilarious. He's saying, I want the president, because that's the only person that can pardon someone, pardon me, because even though I want to fight these cases, but if I fight them, I'm going to have to reveal secrets which are not going to be good for Israel's security. So the only way is for you to give me full unconditional pardon.
Right.
Well... secrets are important to keep.
I used to admire him from a obviously
his suits.
Well, oh yeah, but I mean, just from a point of view of like, was a good political operator. Like he, I don't know, you get into history and politics so much that you really don't ideologically get. I don't find I'm that ideologically attached to anyone. I'm just like, have you got game or do you not have game? I thought he had game, but this year he's just made blunder after blunder after blunder. I guess his position's just become more untenable. But like that's strategically that's suicide, right? That's not to ask for a pardon.
You know, weirdly speaking, I think
that will collapse the...
I think he might not be wrong. I mean, he's... Okay, let me explain what I'm trying to say. So his cases often relate to some of his dodgy dealings or something, dealings with like these Qataris or like, you know, some stuff like actually supporting Hamas in certain instances.
Yeah, totally.
Politically motivated. So there's a lot of that stuff going on in those cases that are built against him. Now, if he wants to prove himself innocent... which is that he did all of that in the interest of Israel, and then there was a reason, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have to reveal some of the dodgy dealings that Israel's been doing with people, and they have a lot of skeletons in the closet. So on some level, I understand. He's like, look, if you want me to support myself, there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out, which is not going to look that favorably on Israel. My argument is let it come out. We already know you're doing some fucked up shit, so there's nothing else that you can surprise us with. Like, you think we don't know you're doing secret deals with like Hamas? We've known that always.
Yeah.
Is it just President Trump that can...
President Trump is also requesting Israel, the people of Israel, pardon this man.
But wait,
He's a wartime
I remember
the
speech he gave.
But the president... Wait, who can pardon him?
The president of Israel can pardon the prime minister of Israel, who is Benjamin Netanyahu.
Do you reckon he'll do it?
I don't think so, because
who is the president? I
don't know his name.
His name
Yasser Arafat.
That would be a hilarious power sharing agreement.
Who? Guar, the metal band.
I'll look it up. The
whole band.
Why do you want to know the president of Israel's name?
Do you know who Guar are?
Do you know?
I'm musically illiterate.
Do you know who our governor general is?
Ours.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein. No, I don't.
Then why do you want to know Israel? I'll give you the name. Yeah,
our Governor General?
Herzog.
Okay.
Isaac Herzog. There you go.
I should know our Governor General. You know.
No, I actually don't.
Oh.
Who's that?
none of us know.
I don't even know. Unless someone gets fired, they're like
Can you imagine if it was still Kerr?
Force ghosts. You're fired.
No, he just never died. It's just like the oldest member, 400 years old.
Sam Mostyn is our governor general.
Can I see him?
Australian business, her.
Oh. Look, times have changed and I'm not happy. I am not happy.
I think the only governor general I remember, Quinton Bryce, because that was like my year 6 assignment was.
Okay, here we go. One question for you. Actually, for the immigrant, not you. First, Australia's first Prime Minister.
Edmund Barton?
Yeah!
Now you.
You knew that too, right?
Did I? No,
Did you know that?
Of course I couldn't justify having a channel if I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Second.
John Howard.
You know, like there's
Curtis, it was some dumb name like Curtis B. Barnaby.
there's a lot of
That's how I'm Googling
You're
it.
getting pretty. Yeah.
Go on.
there's a lot of Americans that can name all the presidents. It's like a little thing
it's
that
a
kids
thing.
learn as well. Is there any Aussie that can name all the prime ministers ever?
Jordan might be able to.
No, there's no way Jordan can do it.
Really?
I could do. The ones I'd come unstuck would be the National Country Party when they have an interim guy, but I reckon I could do the rest.
Can you? Can we start? Can we
Really?
try?
Give it a go.
Let's
Okay,
try
let's
that.
do it,
Wait,
let's do it.
get it up on your thing to fact check him. Fact check him. We're doing this live. Just wait.
This could be the best in the clip up or the worst in the clip up.
That's
Doesn't
fine. That's fine,
matter.
dude. There is no one that can win this, so don't worry.
Sorry, give me the Ted Cruz treatment.
Okay.
Of,
You know what's funny? I was kind of right about the name of the second guy, but anyway.
Well, it's Alfred Deakin. So you've got the first two.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Alfred Deakin.
Chris Watson. After
Yeah.
Deakin. Then Deakin comes back again.
Oh, not according to this. There's
Or
another
George
one in
Reed, no,
between.
George Reed
Yeah,
comes.
yeah,
then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Deakin. Then it's Andrew Fisher.
Fuck. Okay,
Then
you've
it's-
already impressive.
Then it's
Let's
Alfred
go.
Deakin again.
Oh my god, yeah.
Then it's Andrew Fisher again.
You've won. You've won already. Okay, yes.
You've won, but keep going.
Then it's Joseph Cook.
Yes.
Then it's Andrew Fisher again.
Yeah.
Then it's Billy Hughes.
Yes.
Then it's Stanley Bruce.
Yeah.
Then it's James Scullin.
Yes.
Then it's Joey Lyons.
Yep.
Then it's Menzies 1.
Oh, there's one in between.
Oh, L Page.
Yes.
Uh,
yes.
And then it's Curtin.
Well,
after Menzies?
One more. Same party as.
Archie Cameron.
Yeah. No.
Arthur Fadden.
yes.
Then it's Curtin.
Yep.
Chifley. Menzies that can knock off a couple of decades there.
yeah.
Holt.
Holt.
John Gordon.
One more in between. Country party.
acting one. What's his name?
uh,
Hold up. John McEwen.
Yes. That's
And then
insane.
after, what's it? What did I say?
John Gordon. You said
John
that,
Gordon,
right?
Billy McMahon,
Yeah. And then.
Paul Kelly.
then Gough Whitlam.
Yep. And then
we
Fraser.
can
Yeah, you
run
can
it
do that.
from there.
Dude, you got them all.
It
You
was,
just you missed a couple of country party people.
That's
but that was also as soon as I told you missed one, you would get to them.
Holy
yeah. I can't the interim. So like, all right, I've done this for
I
like.
need a vape after that.
That is insane.
I've done this like
I
two-
was saying that as a joke. I thought no one in Australia can do that.
How did you...
No, like you want like any of the top politicians, their history is so good. Like even like Liberal or Labor, I can like you start losing it at like Tony Abbott onwards. Abbott knows the culture warrior stuff. Turnbull couldn't care less. He just wants to be part of history, in my opinion. Not ScoMo. Obviously, I would be highly surprised.
Our best Prime
But
Minister.
Yeah. But like Kevin Rudd, he could probably tell you the history of Queensland Labor off the top of his head. He could do it with premiers.
Hey, you know, I was watching this podcast with Louis C.K. and Shane Gillis.
He's a political like savant.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking him.
Louis
because
C.K. is.
Yeah. He loves American
Louis C.K.,
presidents.
but,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I actually rate his intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome. I
He's
love
really-
it. But
yeah.
like he did like a multiple hour long podcast with Shane Gillis where they talk about like all the US presidents. Just like a brief, like it wasn't historical, but just like what do you think about this? And one of the things that he said, which is so true, is like America has had two types of presidents. Either you've had cowboys or you've had nerds. And no one else. And it's usually cowboy, nerd, cowboy, nerd, cowboy, nerd. Do you think and name any president and you can tell if he was a cowboy or a nerd.
Okay. What about what's the Simpsons joke where he's like Ike Eisenhower?
Ike Eisenhower was a cowboy.
Okay.
Really? You go
Dude.
cowboy?
Wasn't he like a general that was
Yeah, but I guess like he was very proper.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Ike Eisenhower. Maybe he was a nerd.
I mean, Truman and Eisenhower could probably. Yeah, I mean, Eisenhower could be either because he's kind of alpha because he was the general in the European theater of World War II.
Exactly. Yeah. Wait. So do you think like Australia has the same thing? Our prime ministers were cowboys and nerds too, or is there a different dynamic?
I reckon.
And it's Christians and nerds.
Christians and nerds.
A lot of liberals have always been very Christian.
Yeah, I mean that's just part of the. Like I say this as a Christian. It's like
cowboys can be Christians, bro.
True. Cowboys can be Christian.
Take it with pretty minimal sincerity as well. Of like,
and also nerds can be Christian.
Okay, bad example.
Kevin Rudd's actually an example of both.
Dude, Kevin Rudd is a nerd. Oh, he's a Christian nerd. Okay.
And he's from the farms. And he's kind of like, he's got that cowboy like...
True, but that doesn't matter.
Cowboy.
It's like, there's a lot of nerds that come from like what you would expect as cowboy backgrounds.
Hey, China's not a religion.
Like Nixon. Nixon, for example.
I'm waiting. That'd be a good Murdoch like hit up.
That was a
Church
joke.
Up, but
funny joke.
Like Nixon, I reckon, is a nerd, even
Nixon's
though he
a nerd.
comes from such a cowboy type of a like rural background.
But like, I don't know. Kevin Rudd is just so impressive that he can be whatever he wants to be. And like, if he needs to be a cowboy,
he's a nerd.
But if he needs to be a cowboy, he can be a cowboy.
He can put it on.
He can try and be a cowboy. Like I love Kevin Rudd.
He's from the
He is
bush.
not a cowboy. You know, Tony Abbott, cowboy.
Yeah, but he's pretty alpha. Period.
Yeah. Tony Abbott cannot be a nerd.
He just wrote a book about the history of Australia.
He is a bit of a nerd, but I would still consider him a cowboy.
My dad, who's like, I don't know, I don't think he's watched a single Mr. MV. I don't think he knows that I've left the Ben Shapiro phase. He was like, oh, you love, like, because you make Australian history. That's all he knows about what I do. He's like, oh, I should get you that Tony Abbott book. You'd love it. Because Tony Abbott wrote the history of Australia.
Wow.
Actually, that reminds me because
He's a Rhodes Scholar.
He is a Rhodes Scholar.
What was his degree?
He's really smart, dude. He studied law, I think.
Yeah,
he studied law, and he's actually like he was a really good student too.
I mean, you can't be a dummy if you studied law. Can you?
At least we have clarity on that.
I think you can.
Really? In Australia?
I mean, not dummy in the sense like you're not. You can't be.
You can't be. You can't be
like
You can't be lazy.
But I think you can be lazy.
Okay.
It's not as impressive as you think of it. But hey, what I thought, Cam, was I'll ask our audience, our patrons in particular, if they have any questions for you, and I sort of compiled a few, which I think are okay. You can also choose not to answer some of these. So okay, so on the last point, so I'll start with the bottom. What do your parents think of your videos that portray Labour Party positively? First of all, are they Liberal voters?
Dad, hardcore. Mum, I think Mum is just like, oh, keep your politics quiet. And
okay. So what is your dad? Does he look down on you?
He hasn't watched it. I don't think he's watched a video. So like, my brother has frequently just sent me stuff of like, yeah, Dad. Not sure how Dad would react to this one. But no, my dad, like, he loves Sky News. And so it just reaches the point where, I don't know, like if you've had to debate your family on politics.
Do you debate your dad on politics?
No, because once we aligned and then I got into Jordan and now I don't align, I can't be bothered just going like, it feels like I'm almost like coming out to you, Dad, in some sense of like, oh, Dad, I'm actually I'm a Labour voter now. So Dad just really kind of goes on about net zero. And I
was a bit, I'll let you finish, but I was a bit like that with my mum because I had also had a period of just being like, libertarianism, go Trump and everything. And then I sort of started to like more economically and stuff, get more progressive and Labour, socialist.
I think we must have had the same algorithm. Like,
because now whenever I talk to Mum, she's like, you get it, right? And I'll be like, I think like windmills are good. And she'll be like, what?
They got to you,
She's so confused. She doesn't understand. She's like, you can't be. Anyway, so
I don't know if you've seen, like, Piers Morgan went on Jubilee the other day to Piers Morgan versus 20 Wokies is what it's called. That's just like, that's my dad. Like, that nothing, UK, got that conservative streak about him, won't go quite so far on all the super right-wing stuff. But yeah, anyway, so Dad will go on a rant and I'll just try and catch him with a question of like, oh yeah, it's interesting. Like, I was doing a video on this Prime Minister. Do you know who they are? And you go, oh no. I just kind of leave it at that, like just try and expose
I constantly end up having these long ass debates with my father, which is not a good idea.
I try and ask questions to expose ignorance and then just leave it at that. And
no, just don't bother. I think
what do you say? What do you talk to your dad about?
Dude, as my dad's gotten older, he's become more conservative. He used to be not so much, but
Didn't you talk? He was a commie, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah, you know. And so,
How so conservative? How so?
I mean, look, I'm not saying like conservative in the sense like he's just like views about
Like when you say conservatives, you're like,
I mean, conservative.
Lenin should have given 2 potatoes, not 1.
No, like now he looks at it. He says like, you know, I spend my entire youth just obsessed over the stupid communism stuff. It was a ridiculous idea, and so you know, so he's evolved over time.
Yeah, well, that could also explain. You were talking about the shift to the right before. Of like, I don't know. I'm 27, so I'm yet to finish my 20s. But I've noticed throughout my 20s, early 20s it was save the world, late 20s, and I'm like, I'll just get that deposit. Like your world, you stop caring. Like you only care about a limited sphere of influence. And then you probably also care about your private property a fair amount. So.
Yeah, dude, for him, it's weird because usually that starts as you get like into your 30s and 40s. He was, he was an absolute guerrilla communist when he was very young, but then he stopped that. And he was still, I would say, very socialist in his attitude. It's only like recently, dude, like when he was maybe in his late 60s.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can't Cuck the Tuck compilation or something just fell down there.
I don't know. And you know, and he used to be a full on atheist, and now I hear, oh man, like
he's pulling out the pink Quran and shit.
Not like that kind of stuff, but just being more like religious all of a sudden, just like bringing up God. Anyways, everyone goes through their evolution. Yeah. So I end up having debates with him, which in hindsight is not a great idea. So I'm happy the way you're doing it. Okay, if Australia were to make a Mount Rushmore, which 4 prime ministers do you think should be on it?
There's so many ways you can approach this. Like, if you want to do it the correct way, you can have 2 Labor, 2 Liberal to like keep parity.
What about the Country Party?
True, there you go. Got to give them one.
What about One Nation?
Pauline's.
Well, they've never had one.
Prime Minister. Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be Prime Minister.
Okay. So Keating and Hawke have to be.
Yeah. Is it the 4 that I want? Or is it if I actually took this seriously?
4 that should be there. It's not Cam's
not what you want. But
okay, 4 that should be there. I'd have to go Menzies, Howard, Curtin, probably Hawke. And I'd probably I love Keating.
Wait.
But as Prime Minister...
Curtin and Hawke. No, Keating. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have, because I think Keating gets lumped into, he was the guiding brain behind Bob Hawke's prime ministership.
Wait, say him again.
You're probably right, even though it annoys me that Keating isn't on there.
It annoys me a lot as well.
He is my favorite.
He's my favorite as well.
But I think if you were to make an accurate one...
Although superannuation is so significant, and that was when he was PM. Yeah. That's so...
Wait, say them again.
Menzies, Howard, Hawke, John Curtin.
Why does Curtin have to be there?
Who's Curtin?
He stopped us from getting invaded by the Japanese.
Yeah, I know, but like besides that.
But also, why Menzies? Didn't he sell steel to Japan to shoot us?
No, they're not good people, but they're monumental prime ministers.
He was in for what? Over the 2 terms, like what? Nearly 25 years.
Yeah. Menzies?
Mate, let me do my maths. No, that's too much. Nearly 20 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. He was there for a long time.
He was the Prime Minister at the beginning of World War II. But he was basically seen as a bit of a simp for the UK and couldn't stand up to Churchill. So Churchill was like, Europe first, Europe first, Europe first. And a lot of people in Australia were like, well, the Japanese are more of a threat. So he was over with Churchill, and we had like the botched Crete campaign against the Nazis. And basically his party, while he's away, moved against him. And got rid of him and installed the guy from World War I, Billy Hughes. But he wasn't trusted to lead the United Australia Party, the old Liberal Party. So they gave it to the Nationals. And there were 2 independents in Parliament. They were like, we can't have the Country Party lead us in World War II. That is insane. And so they flopped and joined John Curtin. But then Menzies came back and beat Ben Chifley in 1949.
That's interesting. Do you think John Howard deserves to be on there?
Yeah, he's a political titan.
Why, work choices?
Well, yeah, like, and the housing market.
The housing market.
Fucking the housing market.
Yeah.
Creating the bubble.
Creating the bubble. We would have been de-unionised anyway. That was the way the world was going at the time. But certainly sped up the de-unionisation of Australia.
80s,
Okay, one more last question on this.
Late 90s.
Well, last question just on this. If I ask you this question, just predict in 10 years' time, do you think Albo's going to be on there? No.
Why?
Sorry. You mean on Mount... sorry, I thought you meant as Prime Minister on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Good question. It's interesting because no one seems to love him. Like, people seem to like him or tolerate him. and no, like very few people seem to like loathe him.
But no one hates him either.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But like he doesn't.
Hey,
like,
I've met some people recently from the North Shore that I could
you go to the Shire as well. It's like, what's this guy done for us?
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if Future Made in Australia goes the way we hope it goes, and we actually end up not just being a primary exporter, but being a refiner as well.
Then he deserves it.
Then that's what Paul, like it's having an economic impact similar to what Paul Keating did in the 1980s.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so maybe poor Jim Chalmers gets he's the brain behind the face that's Albo.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, tits or ass? I mean, you can answer choose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to defer to my teacher response. I might still have to work in a school one day, so that gets clipped up.
Very diplomatic. This guy has read a lot about politics.
Now, I don't know if you would know about this. Maybe you've done a video. That's why this is being asked. But like, you can also, hey, Mr. M, can you explain fuel crisis of 1977? Because it's just as important and less is spoken about. Is that
in America?
There was a big truck strike in 1977.
I think that was the Yom Kippur War.
That was 73.
That's what I'm thinking. That was 74.
Are they talking about America? I know there's a big thing in America in the 70s of
after Israel,
the war, Arab and Israeli war. The Arab states that were at the time most of the fuel supply for the world had put an embargo on any country, America in particular, that supported Israel during the war.
Right.
Which caused, actually, it ended up working amazingly well for the Arab countries in the long run.
And for Saddam Hussein, who broke the embargo, but because everyone was desperate for oil.
And figured out, and actually we need an OPEC, which is like this cartel for oil, because this works really well.
But it did come back to bite Saddam when Kuwait.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, that's
true. But like, so then they, so they stopped oil, which shot up oil prices, created a huge scarcity, and it caused a recession. Actually, it was a monumental thing. It caused a massive recession that lasted for years after that.
That's the driver of the stagflation crisis. So like, we go back to the Great Depression. We could kind of, no one did this at the time because no one trusted Jack Lang. But during the Great Depression, we could throw money and inject money to fight the economic issues because the issue was with demand, not supply. So we could heat up demand, and that would put people back to work. But during this crisis, the issue is with supply. We couldn't get oil. So if we just inject money into the economy, that doesn't overcome the issue that we can't get oil, which is just more dead money in circulation, which creates really bad inflation. And that's how the conservative revival happened in the 80s because of this. Because when Whitlam or left-leaning parties threw money, the conservatives could come in and go, look, you caused inflation. They kind of had a point. But then they, went way down the other end of the spectrum in the 80s.
So I'm guessing this is what's being referred to, but otherwise I'm clueless as well. Okay, Cameron, would you rather have Anthony Albanese appear in your shower every morning just to say, fair shake of the sauce bottle, and then vanish, or Peter Dutton crawl out from under your bed at 3 a.m. once a week to whisper, crime is up, and then scuttle away?
I can tell you, sorry, Dutton. Because I was telling these guys before, I need an external motivator to hold me to account. I feel like my productivity would go through the roof. Also,
whoever wrote that is a genius.
My old housemate, when we were in COVID and we'd watch South Park at night together, and I'd come down with my sweet treats, and he'd just go oh yeah, you deserve a treat. You worked really hard today. And it just put me off. I didn't want him anymore because he kind of got in my head because he just heckled me. So if Albo says fair shake of the sauce bottle.
Oh, you prefer Albo?
No, I prefer sledging that is aggressive, not can't tell if it's ironic, can't tell if it's sincere.
Crime is up. It's funny because you'd have an answer. You'd be like, well, there's your reason. And he'd be like, I don't need to hear that.
Adult crime, adult time.
Mr. M, can you tell me what you're getting for Christmas this year? And does Santa wear red because he empathizes with fascists, or does he empathize with the commies?
Yes, Santa would have been pro-Franco, surely. Franco would have been on his good list. I am getting okay.
Yeah, Santa is very capitalist. He's bringing shit gifts all the time.
And Catholic background. He's
also red.
Actually, that's not true. Have you seen that South Park? Was it South Park? No, Family Guy, where they find out Santa's actually Muslim. Have you seen that? Nah. That's hilarious. Chris is a huge panic.
The premise writes itself after that. Really.
It's like Santa's like, I will go to Allah now. Like, what the fuck did you say?
Oh yes, I have seen that one.
I haven't seen that. You know he's red because of Coca-Cola.
No, I didn't know that.
Coke would just like ching ching and just turn him red to sell Coke.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't red. He was usually like it wasn't any particular color. It's a Nordic thing. In Nordic folklore, some guy would fly around and like put coal in your thing if you're bad and give you a present.
I think it's a German thing as well. They celebrate. They don't call it Santa, and it's actually different from the American Western version of Santa, but they have a very similar story, and they say it's Nordic as well.
Yeah.
Where like these reindeers come, and it's actually kind of, Santa's kind of like scary.
Yeah, he's
in
kind
their
of like,
culture.
yeah,
He's not supposed to be like a wholesome grandpa character.
And then Coca-Cola, like, make him jolly and red like the Coke can.
It's crazy. That basically like
fat's fun.
the strongest cultural pillar of the Western world is something manufactured by Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
It's true. It's so perfect, isn't it? And also, what is it? Buy crap for you to consume. It's just like buy crappy toys for,
and dude, that answers our question. If Coca-Cola was created, Santa was created by Coca-Cola, he's capitalist. He's not. Fanta is fascist.
Yeah, did you know that?
I did know. That was like my maths teacher would always tell me that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Crazy.
Yeah, So like clearly, no, Santa is not a commie nor fascist. He is capitalist as.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, this question was for you, not for me.
No.
Are you working on a part 2 of If Friendly Jordies Became Prime Minister?
Well, we have. I don't know. It depends if you guys were happy to take up a role.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That was the best thing ever.
Yeah,
do some voice acting rather than using the AI.
100%. Anytime you want.
If there's a good animator out there,
definitely I'd do it.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Pro bono.
All right, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, of course. Pro bono.
Yeah, there was there has been like I've storyboarded. Sorry, it took a while to process what Mislav just said.
It's okay.
I have storyboarded a part 2 that involves General Mislav. So
oh hell yeah,
General Mislav. Operation Chicken. That was right. That's right.
Thank you. I mean, I think that's pretty much it for our episode. There was one segment.
I have a question though.
Yeah,
for
go
him.
on.
You're smart, right? You're smart.
No,
it's not a question. You're smart.
I'll take the compliment happily.
No, you're smart.
But
there's a question.
I did an IQ test, and for spatial intelligence, I got retarded. So that was
Spatial intelligence is for losers.
Space waste, you know?
Yeah.
How do we solve inflation now?
So
Pass me that.
This is an urgent issue for Mislav, as you can imagine.
I'm not nothing personal, of course, but
I want to preface this by saying I'm not an economist, so I'm pretty reticent to strongly weigh into contemporary stuff, because the advantage of doing history is you get the answers. You just wait for long enough, and then the information doesn't become as it's still politicized, it doesn't become as politicized, and you can get a pretty good understanding of cause effect and why particular things happen. I think for me, the root cause is I still don't know. The issue is there's so much propaganda out there as to what the root cause of the global inflationary crisis is. How much emphasis do we actually place on Russia-Ukraine?
Yeah, bro. Recently they said it was Black Friday, and I was like, I don't know. Like,
So-
let's relax a little bit.
So solving inflation really depends on.
Well, again, it's the black.
It really depends on what the root cause of the issue is. But I think Labor's handled it as well as he can, in that we ran surplus budgets, which we hadn't done for the first time since Kevin Rudd's first year in office.
So if you have a surplus, you have to have inflation to counter it.
So surplus means you're taking more money out of the economy than you're injecting into the economy, which means it's just less money in circulation, which will cause inflation to reduce. And so basically the Labor government's approach has been...
to reduce?
So you never... Like, it's very rare if you get like negative... inflation, that's recession.
Yeah.
But to curb the inflation to a manageable rate, because like it was starting to balloon in the dying days of Scott Morrison. So they went surplus budget. Last year was quite a big surplus, if I'm not mistaken.
That's good.
And now this term they're going to go inject money. So we feel satisfied that we've got inflation under control. Now we are going to inject money to heat up demand and reduce unemployment. Basically, it's usually pick your poison. Usually, you inject money into the economy, you reduce unemployment. You take money out of the economy, you reduce inflation. Occasionally, we have those issues like the oil crisis that caused stagflation, where we get both of them that go up at the same time. But John Howard's style of budget management does help in an inflation crisis.
Which was what?
Which is run up big budget surpluses and take more from the
Inflation
Australian
is
people
caused
than
by
give.
spending. So the more...
Hey?
So that's why they're saying inflation is caused by spending. So if the economy is overheated, as in like there's people buying stuff, so like that's why they're saying they're blaming Black Friday. So if people are buying a lot, it increases inflation.
Damn.
In fact, to reduce inflation, you need to be poor. That's
Which was, so like during the Great Depression, Jack Lang was like, prioritize unemployment and inflation will be whatever inflation will be. And we'll cross that bridge later on. But we need to, if we have like, I don't know, a coal miner go 5 years unemployed, he could like commit suicide. He could turn to domestic violence, turn to alcohol. This could have irreparable damage on our society. And we'll cross the inflation bridge later.
or worse, turn to liberals.
Yeah, which for him, he would have said it like that as well. But our Prime Minister at the time, Joey Lyons, was like, nah, we need to reduce inflation so that we have a good credit rating and people trust loaning to us. And then once we get our inflation under control, we can inject money into the economy. The issue is that just prolonged the depression and unemployment for like 5 years longer than it needed to be.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm just more confused now. But
No, I
okay.
think
That's not on you. That's not on you.
you can't expect the whole society to solve. If you want to beat inflation, you have to move your
Spend
money
less.
from cash. No. Cash will always rack up inflation.
To
You have to
ass.
invest it in something
Yes.
that beats inflation.
Yes.
Such
Bitcoin?
as-
What do you think of Bitcoin now that it's dropped?
Has it?
Oh, yeah. You don't have any?
No, look, I was just a little bit too young for the initial surge, but I did know.
We weren't, and that's sadder. You do realize.
I
you know
knew-
what we were doing, dude? In 2017, I had a friend, Jordan. I knew someone, and his brother made a killing, which at the time was nothing compared to what they made later on.
Yeah.
And dude, we were just paying. You fucking loser.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Schmittcoin. What's that?
Yeah, well, I remember like because I knew someone who had it like had Bitcoin from like 2009, but it was on an old hard drive in like his dad's garage or something. And so, but he couldn't find the hard drive, and so he said he was just slowly like he'd go weekend after weekend trying to find this thing, and just the price would drop. Obviously, it surged significantly since then. I'm sure. I hope he's found it, but.
Did you hear about that guy who sold his Bitcoin for a pizza?
Yeah.
No.
So there's this guy who sold his Bitcoin because he was one of the early buyers, and then he was like, this is bullshit. And then he posted on the internet, I will give these Bitcoins to anyone that will buy me a pizza. And some guy took up on his offer and he was like, I'll send you a pizza. And he's like, okay. So he sent some Pizza Hut. The same Bitcoin is worth like $500 million now. Yeah. Like in hundreds of
You
millions.
could buy every pizza on earth with that.
Man, for Pizza Hut as well.
Pizza Hut as well.
That's crazy. That just makes me just believe that anyone, because I was talking to someone now today, this boomer that was like, Bitcoin's just a rort, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's entirely accurate, because it's dropped now.
No financial advice for you, Mislav. But thank you so much, Cam, for coming to the
Thank you for having
podcast.
me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming, man.
This has been very good. I hope you come back again. And also, if you want, we want to come to your podcast as well with your friends.
Happily, yeah. We would love to have you guys on. We can do logistics off air, but if you have a particular area of history that you would want to go through on the Mr. M podcast,
Oh, hell yeah.
that could be an option as well.
But does it have to be Australian or can it be international?
anything.
Okay, I'll talk to you. I'll come
we
with some...
botched, We did the history of Pakistan, but I botched it bad, I reckon.
No.
It
We
needs
won't do it.
redone.
I'm going to find something even more intense and fucked up for you.
Yugoslavian war?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to do research as well, but
I'm interested.
Dude, can I do Congo?
we've done. Oh yes, because it needs upgrading. Because we did are you talking like early '60s Congo?
I'm talking about old Leopold.
Oh, King
style.
Leopold. Yeah.
Heavy as.
Yeah.
The darkest thing you can ever imagine.
Oh, cutting off hands and that.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Just we'll keep it
yeah,
for his
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. We'd happily have you on the Mr. M.
Yeah.
Sick.
So make sure that you go into the comment box and you subscribe to Mr. Mitchell's channel and also subscribe to his podcast. Thank you for joining us. Thank you,
Thanks for
Cam.
coming, dude.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys in a few days. Bye-bye.